Hey guys, now in this video, let's discuss why we have Kubernetes if Docker already works. See guys, using Docker, we can already run the container, right? So, container is running, that means our .NET application is also running. So, if Docker does the job for us, then why we have Kubernetes, right? So basically Kubernetes, it manages or it orchestrates the containers. So I know guys you don't know what is meant by orchestration. So first we will understand this concept, that is what is orchestration, and we will understand this concept with an example. And then we will understand that Kubernetes solves the below problems, that is crash recovery, scaling, traffic distribution and zero downtime updates. So why Kubernetes? See guys, imagine you are working on e-commerce application and it is a microservices application. And again, let's imagine we have below microservices in this application, that is products microservice, then orders microservice, then payment microservice, and then email microservice. And now guys, imagine each of these microservice, it runs as a container. So products service is nothing but a container. This is also container. This is also container. And this is also container. See again guys, container, it means running instance of our application or running instance of our service. Now guys, imagine the load or the number of users who are accessing our service is high. So obviously we may be running this service in more than one containers. So imagine product service, it is running in 3 containers, order service let's say 2 containers. Now payment service, less number of users, they may actually reach to actual payment. So let's say it is running in only one container, and let's say there are 3 instances of container running for email service. So great, everything is working fine, and again Docker is doing the job for us. So again the question is why Kubernetes, right? So in real world, when we are working on this application, we may come across a few scenarios. So first, who will make sure that all these 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3, that is all these 9 containers are running? Then who will ensure that if one of these container crashes, the container should be restarted? Who will ensure that when the load on the system is high, that is number of users accessing the system is large, someone should scale up? Then who will ensure that, let's say in this products service we have 3 containers, so traffic should be equally distributed across these 3 containers, right? So who will ensure that? This process, that is managing the containers, this process is called orchestration. So again, we can orchestrate these containers or we can manage these containers manually. But obviously now you can guess, doing it manually is definitely a bad way, and that's why instead of doing it manually, we can use Kubernetes. So Kubernetes can manage or orchestrates the containers, that is it can manage all these things. And now let's understand what problems Kubernetes solves for us. So first, crash recovery. So guys, let's say if a container is crashed, Kubernetes detects such crash container and it starts a new container. Then scaling. See again guys, when the load on our application increases or decreases, that is the number of users who are using our application, if it increases or decreases. So Kubernetes can automatically find out that and it can scale up or scale down based on the load on our application. Then traffic distribution. See again guys, let's say we have that products service running, right? And there are three containers running of this products service. So Kubernetes can equally distribute traffic across these three containers. See guys, it does not mean that let's say if 300 users are accessing our system, that is they are accessing this product service, exactly 100 users will be directed to each container. No, it does not mean that. But overall, at high level, it tries to distribute the traffic equally across the available containers. Then, zero downtime updates. See, let's again imagine we have this product service and there are three containers running of this product service. So I will say C1 is running, C2 is running and container C3 is running. Now guys, if we don't have Kubernetes and if we want to deploy a new feature in our application, basically in that case we will have to stop all these containers and then again run all these three containers again. So definitely there will be the downtime. But what Kubernetes does is Kubernetes deploys the new version on containers one by one. So let's say initially V1 is present across C1, C2 and C3. Now Kubernetes does not stop all the containers. Instead, it will first deploy V2 at C1, but C2 and C3 are still running. Then it will deploy V2 at C2 and then it will deploy version 3 at this container C3. So there is no downtime. That is Kubernetes updates the containers one by one so that we have zero downtime. So that's it guys for this video. So thanks guys. Thanks for listening.